What's up, everybody? Welcome to Storm Sessions. My name is Danny Enriquez, and I am here with one of the best young running backs in the country, Jordan Lyle. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing good, man. We're talking Christmas during the break. Any favorite Christmas presents that you can remember?
Probably I'll probably say when I first got a PS4. I first got a PS4. That was probably because I always had to share the gaming system with my brothers and stuff like that. So when I got my own, that's probably when I was the most happiest. Yeah.
They were older brothers, right? So they were kind of
Yeah.
like running the show out there.
Yeah. So they would play for the majority of the time, and then I'll try to have to sneak in a couple games or something like that. But kind of enjoyed it though. Kept me away from the games and stuff like now. So that's why I don't really play games anymore. It never really intrigued me as much. So I'm more of like an outside kid.
Oh yeah. So you're not playing with yourself in the video game?
No, I don't. I do Road to Glory, but I don't really play video games in general. Like that's never really been my thing. I mean, maybe for 2 years I played the game a lot, but I'm not really a video game type of guy.
So when you're outside, obviously you're playing sports. Anything else you like to do outside?
I like to go fishing. I mean, I did a lot of fishing when I was younger with my dad. So my dad used to take me and my brothers fishing a lot. And we used to just go down the street and go fishing in a little canal, catch a couple peacock bass and stuff like that. So that was cool. But yeah, that's mainly what we did. We did a lot of fishing.
Like the thing, man. Everybody we come in and talk to from South Florida, peacock bass in the canal, man. That's the move. I know that's what I do with my kids, man. So it's a South Florida thing. So playing football, obviously, that's something that down here starts pretty early. Were you playing at a young age?
Yeah, I started playing football when I was 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was I had to stay down a couple pounds. So I played up. So I played up maybe 3-4 years up, and then that's when I ended up getting to my actual age group.
You were 3 and 4 playing with 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had number 2. I was playing running back also. So it was I kind of grew up around it. Like my brothers and stuff, they played football too. So it was just they always kept me in the football scenery, and I always used to want to play football with them when I was younger.
Did you go straight into tackle, or were you playing?
Yeah, I went straight into tackle. I never played any flag. That's never really my thing.
So you were 3 years old with equipment on, full contact.
Yeah, I was ready to go.
How was your scouting report on 3 or 4-year-old Jordan Lyle in the backfield?
Oh, that guy, he's a blue chip guy right there. He's a blue chip guy.
Did you know from a young age? I mean, you're a kid, so I'm sure you were confident. But were people around you telling you "Hey, man, you got something," or were you more of a late bloomer?
No, since I could remember, I was always good at football. I was always really athletic and stuff like that. And I mean, I always played running back my whole entire career. So it was my first position was running back. So that kind of just it just paved its own way. And I always knew I was gonna end up being something because my head was always straight and I was on the right track. And I seen people steer off the right track, and I was like, I don't want to be like what they're doing and stuff like that. So it kind of just made me just stay more focused and stuff like that. And not only that, I just had great role models around me, like my dad and my brothers and my mom. So I always had people around me that wanted me to succeed, and so I just I'm thankful for all those people around me and coaches also.
Sorry, let's talk about them and the impact they had. So starting with your dad, what was his impact on you at that age?
My dad, he put me in football, and I always wanted to play football. I asked him let me play football when I was younger, but he threw me in football, and he helped me out, and he taught me the basics of running back and stuff like that. I mean, he really was my first coach, and then I had my brothers too, so my brothers started coaching me also. Shout out to him. He played running back, and he taught me a lot of things. He got me on the ladder. He got my feet right. He made me run hills all the time. So he kind of really just did that extra drive. And even still to this day, I actually work out with him. This past year, normally after every game, I'll go and I'll run the hills or something like that. Because sometimes it just ain't enough. So we still grinding, we still working.
When did you start doing that serious training, early morning training, and kind of shifting from playing for fun and doing it serious?
Ooh, I don't know. Since I can remember, I mean, my dad had me probably about. I've always been running in the morning, maybe since I was 6. Since I was 6, I used to run in the morning with my dog, and then I have a little a pit bull. I got a pit bull. He's still, thank God he's still alive right now. You know, I don't know what I'll do without him. You know,
What's his name?
His name is Ace. So he's a blue nose pit bull. You know, he's a great dog. He's really sweet. Yeah, he used to drive me too, man. I used to have to try to keep up with him. So, cause I was way younger, I was smaller. He was always bigger than me, so he used to kind of drag me, so I had to keep up with him. But yeah, early mornings, like 4 a.m, I used to run a lot, get a lot of cardio in, and not only that, like my dad put me on track also, so it always, you know, got me faster.
What kind of distance are you running as a little kid with Ace?
Ace, I was just running around the neighborhood. I was running around the neighborhood the whole time. I mean, probably did like a couple laps around the neighborhood, so maybe about like 2 miles, I say, every morning. It was torture some days, but then some days like it was like I enjoyed it because like it's not like I'm just running by myself. Because I had days where I had to just run by myself, and that wasn't really fun to me. But like days where I had to run with my dog was more fun. And then like I say like the superior days was like when I had to go work out with my dad at like 4 a.m. That was fun too.
You feel different going to class, and like kids are, you know, waking up late and not taking it serious, and you're out here preparing like a professional.
I mean, I didn't really feel different because like I know what I wanted and I know what I needed to do in order to, you know, make my family proud and, you know, eventually end up you know, supplying my family with whatever they need. So I mean, like the risk that I had to give up like a couple hours, maybe a couple minutes of sleep, it wasn't really nothing to me. Like the average kid wouldn't do it, but you know, wasn't really an average kid. Like kids like that just, you know, they wake up early morning and stuff like that, and you know, they don't have that extra drive. You know, I feel like you should, because you know everybody should want to be something in life, and that was something I wanted to be. I always wanted to be the greatest running back of all time, and like that still sticks with me to this day. Like little Jordan would never like leave my body and, you know, give up on me like that. So I'll never give up on my younger self. So I hope kids nowadays, you know, think the same way that I think.
Where did that dream start? Was it watching TV, seeing people run the ball? Like, because obviously that's a clear goal. You're saying you want to be the best running back of all time at a young age. Where did that start?
Nah, I just think it's a passion that just grew within me. Like I don't think it was something I seen or something I even watched. It was more something just like I just like a dog manifested in my body, kind of, and like I always just wanted to be the best on the field, and I was always like a really competitive kid. But like I always grew up with like, you know, my brothers, my dad, and my mom. Like everybody was real competitive in my house, and like we hated losing. Everybody hated losing. Like we'll hard down argue, fight with each other because we losing. So, you know, that just that was that was great too. Those are great times. Kind of brings memories back.
What kind of competitions did you guys do?
Shoot, me and my brothers, we used to play football in the backyard, but it was more like it's kind of like one-on-ones. But I was always smaller than them, so it's just like they always used to kind of pick on me. But then it was like times where eventually I started to get a little taller. Once I started getting a little taller, it was over with. It was over with. But then my brother's in college at one point, and I was on like 9U. And I was talking crazy to him, and he had his pads from college, so he had put his pads on. I put my pads on, and he just came down here and just crashed me in the backyard. So it was just, you know, times like that, you know, just bring back good memories. Because now I know I'll run straight through his chest.
Now your mom's around. Obviously, a lot of male energy going around. A lot of, you know, a lot of alpha male stuff. Yeah. What's her role in all of this?
She's just as tough as all of us. She just, if not more. You know, my mom, she's a sweet lady, but, you know, she can flip the switch at any given moment. You know, she's real supportive of all us. You know, there's no favorites around. Like, you could tell there's no favorites. She treats us all the same. Like, growing up, like, she was always that person, like you would tell her little secrets or whatever, and then she'll just end up telling our dad, and we'll get in trouble. So it's just like, you used to feel comfortable. You feel like, oh man, I got off my chest. And then you know, how my dad know? But yeah, she's a real sweet lady. I love that lady to death. I'll do anything for real.
Now, playing football was obviously you had the confidence, but was there like a highlight or a play that you're like, wow, I really am, kind of who I think I am?
I only really remember like one play for sure, and that was I think it was my 9U. I think it was 9U. I think it was 9U. I had to play of the year. It was like a 30-second run. It was like I cut across one side of the field and ended up cutting back to the other side of the field. Then ended up going straight, cutting back inside, and ended up scoring. That was a good play. And you can find that on YouTube though. So
Oh,
it's
so
not
you already
hard.
have YouTubes as a 9-year-old.
I mean, my brother posted it, so it was just like, yeah.
That's guys are coming up different now. It's crazy. You're a star before you even, get to high school.
Yeah, I mean, but then it was like also like I always knew I was gonna be something, growing up. And apparently, like my mom always used to tell me like I was gonna end up going to St. Thomas Aquinas, and I was like, I don't know, but and when I ended up meeting Coach Harriet, great, role model of my life, um, I feel like that's when like the wheels started turning for real. I was like, man, I really enjoy high school football too, because I only thought I was gonna like Little League, because that's what everybody said. Like once you're done with Little League, like football is not gonna feel the same no more. But high school felt just like Little League. Same thing with college too. I'm enjoying college as well.
It's just that passion and love for the game.
Yeah, like you just can't lose that passion and love. Like no matter like what happens and like your ups and downs within football, like God's still gonna bless you at the end of the day. So He knows what's right and what's wrong, and He knows the situations that you're in, and like you just got to keep pushing through it each and every day.
Yeah, talking to a lot of players on this team, very spiritual team. A lot of people, lean on their faith as they're playing football, preparing to play. How's your faith impacted your life?
Oh man, I mean, probably since I've been younger, like I've always been devoted to God and stuff like that. But ever since I was younger, I've been praying a lot. Like my mom, she got me into a lot in the prayer. My mom, she's a Catholic lady. She grew up real Catholic, and she grew up in a Catholic household. But personally, me, I'm a Christian. Yeah, my mom, she kind of like instilled that in me, like like having faith and what faith really means to me and stuff like that. Then it kind of like turned up another notch, cause like I always like been devoted to God, and I always gave myself to God. But then once I got into high school, that's when it like kind of turned up a notch, because Coach Harriet and St. Thomas Aquinas is a Catholic school, and that's kind of how they run through the program. They run through the program, you know. We listen to gospel music before the games. We get turned off gospel music. So it's just like it's stuff like that. It's just little things, and Coach Harry done a great job, and you know, just creating a great man and great family man out of me.
So you got track, you got football, fishing in spare time. Was there anything else you were doing in high school? That's pretty much a full-time schedule, and school, of
Nah,
course, too.
I mean, nah, that was about it. I mean, I played a little bit of video games with some of my guys, that I grew up with playing football down here, and they ended up going to some big schools too.
So you go to St. Thomas, obviously traditional running backs going high D1 and then NFL. So,
Mhm.
you kind of know the path once you get in there. What was it like being around other great athletes like that?
Um, every running back that was there when I was there, they're all great running backs. Everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted to start. Um, it just got to a point where it's like, okay, like I see what's going on. Like everyone else is good. I need to level up. I need to level up. And then I see, okay, they're leveling up as well. I need to level up some more. So it's always like a healthy competition. And I hope that all the running backs that I done played with, they're doing well too. I mean, all look like they're doing great right now. As you see, like Anthony Hankerson, he's doing real good right now, as you could tell. You see, you got guys like Xavier Terrell and Jamari Sands, they're doing well too. So you know, guys like those guys, they're just doing great at their programs, and I'm gonna keep leveling up, because I feel like they leveling up, so I gotta keep leveling up with them boys.
You're becoming a star. Ohio State comes calling. You commit to Ohio State.
Mhm.
What went into that decision?
There's a lot of thought, going to the decision, because like At first, I thought I was gonna end up going to Alabama, but that didn't end up happening. It was just more, like I felt the connection with Coach Alfred, and I was like, me and Coach Alfred connection ran deep. Like, I really mess with that guy to this day. Like, he's still my guy. We don't talk no more, but he's my guy. If he ever needed anything, I got him for sure. Coach Alfred, he always looked out for me, man. He always made sure I was straight, calling me in the morning before school and stuff like that. Making sure my mind was straight. So I appreciate Coach Alfred, and I hope he's doing well over there at Michigan.
So Ohio State's not feeling very good about, Miami right with the Broward backs because they get Mark Fletcher. He ends up going to the University of Miami. Your process as far as starting to warm up to the hometown school, how did that go?
Really was, I think the first person that hit me up was Coach Dub. He ended up hitting me up when he was at Florida, and that's when Florida wanted me, but Miami was never really on my trail. Like they were on my trail like when I was younger, and then like they ended up like they stopped. And then that's when Coach Dub hit me up again, and then like I just grew a deep connection with Coach Dub, man. That's my guy right now. I like Coach Dub, man. Like, he need anything, I got him for sure. But yeah, Coach Dub and Coach Harris, they were great. Those great guys, great recruiters, great coaches as well. They really kind of just made me feel like Miami was home. Cause like I've always grew up, watching Miami and liking Miami, but like me and my dad, like we just like our team was Alabama, but now my team definitely Miami for sure. But like we kind of grew up like with Alabama being our team and stuff like that. Cause like I love the tradition that they had of running backs and stuff like that. Even though Miami still has a great tradition of running backs, but I'm saying like that era I'm talking with Nick Saban and so they always had great running backs, and like I always like pick pieces from their game as well. But with that, like I always saying like I felt like a special connection with Miami instead of like Alabama, because like Miami was like, man, like this is like really home. Like I could really just like do it for the people I live right down the street from. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I felt it was a different connection.
Now you got youth players that they're looking up, to you and Mark and Dame and all these guys. So it's kind of going full circle here. Your high school career, it just sounds like your football career in general, a lot of highs, right? I mean, you've been a highly touted player since I've heard your name, a lot of success. What was the biggest hardship during that time period you had to overcome?
Probably I'd probably say my sophomore year. My sophomore year, I thought I was gonna end up being like, cause we had a senior guy named Anthony Hankerson, so like I could have tried, try to start over him, but like he was such like a great person, not only just a running back, like a great person as well. Like his character really just like solidified that starting spot. Like he was gonna start regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was nothing for me to get mad about. Like I'm only a sophomore, like my time's gonna come. But I ended up getting hurt. I tore a ligament in my ankle, and then that kind of like set me back. And I missed like the first like 3 games. So it was the first 3 games, it was like the biggest games. And I would have been able to play Mark, but that didn't happen. So the first game we ended up playing St. Francis. I didn't play that game. The second game was Tampa Jesuit. That's when they were like really good. That's the year they beat us. And then the third game was American Heritage, and I didn't get to play American Heritage game either. But and I kind of wanted to play American Heritage because like, I grew up with a bunch of them plantation boys, so it was like, man, like it would have brought back memories just, going against them. But yeah, that's probably my biggest hardship. But I ended up shaking back, and now I'm here where I'm at right now.
Yeah, Anthony Hankerson, he's like a top 10 running back in college right now. So, I mean, the talent you played with is just, people don't understand how deep and how good some of these guys are that you were able to overcome. So getting to Miami, kind of a similar situation. You got veterans that are proven dudes already there, and you come in. Not everybody's expecting you to play right away. I know you are in your own heart, but people are saying, all right, there's veterans there. Maybe he's in the future. What was that attitude that allowed you to get on the field as a freshman?
Like I just knew it. Like as soon as I got there, I mean, I seen all the running backs. I was like, yeah, these guys ready to go. Like Like I gotta pick up like my own energy. Like I gotta go as well. Like I've never been like scared of no man ever in my life. So it's like when I started playing college football, I was like, okay, you could feel the difference. Like to feel the difference in speed and everything. And like, you know, they were coaching me up through the process and they were helping me. So that's why I'm real appreciative of, you know, of all the running backs in the room. But like, I just knew I had to get mine. Like at the end of the day, like I live by that motto, like, I gotta get mine. Like you can get yours. I'm gonna be happy when you get yours. But I need to get mine as well. Like we all gotta eat. Like if I'm eating, you eating, you eating, you eating, everyone in the room eating. So like that's how I see it. I'm gonna be happy for whoever eating. Even if it's not me, certain games I didn't even play. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna be happy for, you know, whoever's succeeding at the time. But I know for one thing and one thing sure, like I gotta get mine. Like I gotta get mine.
Yeah, I was up in Tampa when you had that run, that 90+ yard run. Is that the longest run in UM history, I believe?
Yeah.
So what was your mindset there? I know you were hungry to get some carries.
Shoot. I mean, like I kind of seen it before the play. I already knew where the ball was gonna go before the play. Like I could tell that the safety was gonna come down like that. So it was just like I kind of like just knew it was gonna happen already. And I was like, it's not my first house call I did. Like I used to have to do a bunch of those back when I was at St. Thomas, but you know, it kind of felt good when I was able to do it at that next level. I'm hungry. I'm looking for another one too, for sure.
One thing that stands out watching you, because I watched you for a lot of years now, because you were on the map at such a young age, your balance and your ability to stay on your feet, I think, is something that separates you from a lot of backs. Is that a mentality thing? Is that something, you know, you're just working on your core? I mean, just God given? Where does that balance come from?
Um, a lot of things, to be honest. I mean, ever since I got hurt, like, you know, like my ankles, it was real weak. So I just, you know, that shout out to, you know, the coach, the training staff at STA, you know, they helped me a lot with that. But yeah, I used to just work on my balance all the time. All the time. So that's a big thing I still work on. I even work on it when I'm in my room. So I just make sure, you know, my balance is right. Cause, you know, we tape up a lot, you know, it can make your ankles weak sometimes. So like, you know, I just make sure I keep my ankles strong, you know, maintain my balance and stuff like that. Cause that's a, you know, a key part of my game. And I realize like as long as you don't go down, you can still keep getting more yards, you know? So it's just like that's just a, you know, a great part of my game.
What's that exercise you do in your room? Because I know we got a lot of young running backs watching this. So what's that exercise that you can do in your room?
I do like a lot of like single leg, like balance stuff. So like I have like a I forgot what it's called. It's like a little plate. It has like a ball at the bottom of it. And like I just stand on it and I just, you know, just practice my balance on it. You know, I do 2 feet. I do a 1 foot majority of the time. And I try to like hold myself as long as possible. Probably sometimes I go to like 2 minutes, like 3 minutes. So like I just keep doing it until like, my legs are just burning.
See, that's like some people watch what you do and they're just like, that's just talent. That's just God. And we're learning that, yeah, that's part of it. But I mean, you're working on these things before you make it look easy on the field.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, we got a lot of fan questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Want to run through them here. You're a popular guy. Got a question from Jay Reed. He wants to know, what's your favorite thing about football?
Favorite thing about football? Oof. I'll probably say like I'll say probably like just, you know, man, that's tough. I enjoy football as like a whole. Like I love to see, you know, the fans happy, my family happy. But like I feel like it lets me show another side of myself, like, you know, another mentality that I have. And it's just like it allows me to just, you know, show that like I'm a dog kind of. Like cause I can't just go out there and, you know, the streets and just scream, I can't just do that.
You get arrested.
So like I'm saying. So it's like in football, it just allows me to, you know, let loose, you know, just let everything that I've been thinking about, been stressing about, just let it all, you know, fall out.
So AJ Serrano wants to know, what's your favorite Cuban food? I know you grew up down here, so ever try Cuban food?
Nah, I mean, I probably have, but like, I never really tried no like Cuban food for real. I mean, he got to put me on.
Hey, listen, if you want to get your weight up, which you look pretty big right now, but if you ever need to get your weight up, that'll add some pounds for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Eric JB wants to know, who is the player that influenced you the most?
Player that influenced me the most, probably my brother. My brother did. Like my brother just seeing like his football career and short off like injuries and stuff like that, both of them. Like off injuries and stuff like that, it kind of just made me like man, like if they can't do it, like I gotta do it. Like I have to do it. So like, I used to watch them a lot in the stands when I was younger because they were always older than me. And they used to be balling out and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I just need to be better than them. Like I need to be better than them. So I mean like, they always made sure that I was also gonna be better than them. And I am.
When did they figure that out?
That I was gonna be better than them?
Yeah.
Shoot. Ever since I was younger, probably like when I was about like 9, 10, they knew I was gonna be better than them.
Did they kind of obviously they're worried about their own careers too, but did they kind of say like, hey, we got to make sure, Jordan maximizes his talent?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one thing about it. Like I used to work out with them, but like I kind of feel like they put their own career on pause for me. And like, it's I'm thankful for that. And, it's a blessing to be honest. Like they went from being, players to mentors and then to like my coaches kind of. So it's just like just watching, watching them just stop like their career like that just to help mine was, it was a blessing. I feel like I've been blessed with like, the best siblings in the world, to be honest.
I'm sure they're just loving life right now, seeing you ball on Hard Rock and on TV.
Absolutely.
So got a question from No Fly Zone. Wants to know, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song, Finito by Chief Keef.
Okay. Is that you listen to that kind of music before games now, where you're getting hyped, or is it still kind of gospel, trying to get your mind right?
Nah, I mean, I've always listened to Chief Keef Finito. Like, that's always been my favorite song. But, like, while I was at STA, I had no choice but to listen to gospel music. So it was just, like, kind of had to bump to it. But, like, a lot of it, like, I still know by heart. So, like, when I be going to their games, I be singing it with them.
Jaden wants to know, what's been your favorite moment of this season?
Favorite moment of the season? I'll probably say when we was at Cal. I mean, like, when we was at Cal, like, first off, nobody wants to travel the whole country like that. You know what I mean? Like, no one really wants to do that. And, I mean, it's really draining. So, like, when we're there, like, you could tell the whole team was drained. But, like, just watching Cam do what Cam was doing was, it was crazy. And then not only that, it's like, when we won, like, it just felt, because like the crowd, their crowd was talking crazy. Like, their crowd was talking crazy. They were throwing bottles at us and stuff like that. But like, just watching us win and like the whole stands clearing out, it's probably the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, I was right there, man. They were tossing them at you right there. It was crazy. Yeah. But Miami sports fan wants to know, who's your favorite Hurricane player of all time?
Favorite Hurricane player of all time? Well, I'm gonna say not just football, but like I like how Ray Lewis, like his mentality about handling things and his character as a person. Cause like you could be a great football player, yeah. Like you could be a great football player. Devin Hester, amazing player. I love watching him play because like he's real shifty and like you love to see it. But like a guy, like I love a guy like he's a leader first. He's a leader first type of guy, and that's the guy I'm trying to become.
Did he speak to the team? Were you there for any of his speeches?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was kind of cool, to be honest. Like it was cool, like, and like you could really see it like in person, like how he is like as a person in person. Like, cause sometimes like you see it on TV, and it's like he just like he may be putting on for the camera, but like nah, that's how he is for real.
Yeah, he put the work. He was never the highest rated guy, until he retired and everybody knew he was the GOAT. That was a working process with him. So two guys asked the same question. Chris the Inspector and 12 Years of Haitian. What's your goal for next season? Personal goal.
Next season? I'm not even sure yet. I just, when my opportunity comes, I'm just going to take full advantage of my opportunity. Just know that for sure. I mean, we've been in the lab lately, so it's just, grind hasn't stopped. We just going to keep getting better. We're going to keep getting better. And y'all going to see a new Jordan next year for sure.
Grady Galeros wants to know, how many offers did you have out of high school?
I had a lot that I didn't post. I think I had like 43.
Wow.
Like 43. I didn't post a lot of them, but I had 43 though.
You remember your first offer?
I think it was Penn State. My first offer was like Penn State. It was like in 8th grade.
Wow. Was that like a cool moment?
Yeah, that was cool. It was a great moment. Coach Sider, he's a great guy. I like that guy for sure.
All right. So SAP Sports Group is asking, what do you hope to improve on this offseason?
Hope to improve on? I mean, my whole game, to be honest. Like, that's what I've been working on. Just everything. Everything. I want to improve on everything. Like I said, there's nothing just specific that I could just improve on. It's everything. Like, my speed, my juke moves. Like, I feel like I could improve on everything, getting bigger, getting stronger. Like, everything like needs to bump up. Everything does. So it's just like that's what I've been working on. And I feel like since like that Syracuse week, like that's all I've been like focusing on is just, how can I make myself a better player for the team? Not just for myself, but like for the team. So it's all I've really been working on is just getting better each and every day.
Yeah, if someone's worried about you how you are as a team player, they just got to watch you pass block.
Nah, for real.
I mean, that's not everybody sees that, but you can see your unselfishness when you're pass blocking.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's not even just that. Like, I feel like pass blocking is like a lot of running backs, like, young running backs don't understand nowadays that it's like, it's necessary to be able to pass block. Like, and like when I watch a lot of like these high school huddles and stuff like that, sometimes it's like, and I see like they got no pass blocking film in. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta put some pass blocking film in. Like, that's like necessary. That's what separates a lot of people at the next level. Can you block and can you not block? And one thing about it is like you gotta have that mindset. Like, I'm gonna go in and like no matter how big he is, he could be like the Goliath. I'm gonna go block him. So it's like it's just a mentality thing. And also like I just think blocking is fun, to be honest. Like, it's fun. Like, it's kind of like you getting your own little fight, your own little scuffle.
So Carlos wants to know, who's your favorite NFL team?
Favorite NFL team? I don't really have a favorite NFL team. Like, I never really that's never really been my thing growing up. Like, when I was younger, I didn't have like a favorite NFL team. I just love watching college football because like college football is like a variety of teams, and like it was always one like somebody doing something crazy. And I used to always watch the pump ups. Always watch the pump ups, and then I used to watch the pump ups. I used to watch Tavon Austin, DeAnthony Thomas, and Dree Archer. So like those are like my go-tos. I also watched a lot of Saquon Barkley and Reggie Bush. I watched a lot of people.
A lot of speedbacks there.
Yeah, I did. But it was just like that's at the time. That's what I want. Like, that's how I wanted to mold myself to. Also at the time, like a speed back, because I was always faster than everybody and stuff like that. But then I was just like, a speed back can only do so much in the NFL. Like, you gotta like turn yourself into like an all around back. So that's what I've been doing.
It's funny because people looked at you as an all around back coming in and didn't know. Some of them didn't know that you had that elite speed, which you showed against USF, and then they saw, okay, this is a little different.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like, yeah, I ran that fast, but like I know I can run faster than that. Like, that wasn't like the fastest I can run for sure. Like I know I can run faster than that. Like, actually, like I remember I had someone hit me in my knee. My knee was a little stiff too, but like I know I can run faster than that. Like, that's not the fastest I've ever ran. Like, I ran faster than that before. I feel like I ran faster than that in high school.
So more highlights to come here. Well, the question matches it here. Danny's 411 wants to know, what's your favorite 40 time? Or sorry, what is your 40 time? I'm sorry.
I never ran the 40. I never went to. Well, I have went to a camp, but not like a camp like that. I went to a little rivals camp, but it was never like I had to do the 40 or anything like that. I never really did that. I mean, who knows? I'll probably just do it for the fun of it one day.
Listen, the film speaks for itself. You know? Miranda wants to know, what did you learn about yourself this year at Miami as a person and athlete that's going to carry on to next year?
I realized, like, it like this year taught me a lot about patience and stuff like that. I had kind of went through the same process like while I was in high school too. So it's like it just really like showing me like your time is gonna come eventually, and when your time do come, like, you're just gonna take advantage of it. And like I said, I'm gonna get mine at the end of the day. So like, no matter what type of opportunities I get, I can get the smallest amount of opportunities. I'm gonna try my hardest in each and every way to execute it to the best of my ability.
Mac the Shack wants to know, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I don't really watch movies like that, to be honest. Like, I mean, I can tell my favorite show, like SpongeBob. I watched SpongeBob growing up a lot, but I never really been a movie watcher type of guy. Like, I always watch like Nat Geo Wild and like stuff like that, like animal stuff. That's another thing about me though. Like, I like animals and stuff like that. So like, I like going to the zoo and seeing like snakes and like seeing alligators and crocodiles and stuff like that. That's cool to me.
You ever get out there, like, I guess now you got a little more ability to get out there at Everglades, stuff like that. Is that on your list to go see different habitats and kind of be in more nature like that?
I mean, I've been to the Everglades a couple times, and like, you know, I've been on the little speedboats and stuff like that, and I've seen like, you know, the alligators and the pythons and everything like that. But I feel like I want to go like out of like the state, maybe go to like probably like Yellowstone or something, you know, somewhere like where it's like, you know, it's a whole different scenery. Because I also like, you know, seeing like nature. Like, I just like, you know, sceneries and stuff like that. So that's another thing that I want to do. That's on my bucket list, going to Yellowstone. So I'm going to eventually end up going there.
That gets your mind right, too, just being, you know, these big mountains and everything, kind of seeing, you know, we're not that big.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing about running backs, every running back obviously wants the ball. They want carries, but it's a physical game, and a lot of great ones playing with other great backs has helped, you know, extend their career and help them quite a bit. So Sam wants to know, you know, what are you looking forward to most playing with Mark Fletcher next season?
Playing with Mark, I mean, I've never been a running back that's like, I need every carry, because like, I've never had 20 carries in my whole life. My whole life, I never had 20 carries. So it's like, you know, just being able to share carries with someone, and just knowing that I don't have to take the whole beating, it's a blessing. Because, you know, I get to the next level, and then let's say I have to do that, like, it gives more tread on my tires, you know. So, you know, I'm just thankful for Mark, you know, having Mark, you know, ready to be able to, you know, ball out with me next year. It's just a blessing.
Is he someone that you guys, because you've been the man for a while, and so is he. Has you guys known each other for a while like that?
Yeah, like, and it's crazy because like, Mark ended up playing at Plantation. I was at Plantation too, but like the team that I was on, because we had went to Super Bowl that year, but we lost the PPO. But that team that I was on, I had to stay down a pound again because I was too young. And then they ended up going up, and then Mark ended up going from Lauderhill Lions to that team. So he ended up playing with that team that I was playing with before. So like we kind of was in the same part the whole time.
Avi wants to know, why do you wear the number 21?
Why do I wear the number 21? It was just given to me when I was younger. So just like I just kind of wore it, rocked it since then. It's been my number. There's no significance behind it. Just been my number for real.
Now little kids out there in Broward, across Florida, across country, they're like the Canes. They might be wearing that number 21, trying to be like you.
21 a swaggy number. You gotta understand that. It's like people don't see it, but 21 is like I think it's like the best non-single digit number there is, to be honest.
Hey, well, you're wearing it proud. Canes fans, please like and subscribe to this podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on YouTube, Miami Hurricanes All Access. And Jordan, man, really appreciate you.
Nah, thank y'all. Thank y'all, Canes community, man. Canes Nation, I love y'all for real.
Go Canes.
Go Canes.